Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. Is Namsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, late from within. So, it's Monday today, guys, and if it is your first time here, like I said, my name is Namsa, and we help our audience find their own voice, late from within. So the topic today is episode 1 of the origins of limiting beliefs. Break free and reclaim your mind. Have you ever wondered why you hesitate when opportunity knocks? Why you downplay your worth, your voice, your vision? And that's why we help you guys find your own voice. It's not a weakness, it's not fate, it's programming. So in this episode, we're going to travel to the birthplace of the beliefs that limit us. These ain't just thought, they are inheritance chains, but today we'll begin the work of breaking them. You were never meant to live small. So welcome to Gossip Talk Shows, the origins of limiting beliefs. Let's claim your freedom, one belief at a time. So number one is understanding limiting beliefs. Define what limiting beliefs is. Limiting beliefs is deeply held convictions that restrict us, that restrict us or block us, or they block your growth. This may sound like I'm not good enough. It may sound like I don't deserve love, or success is for others, not for me. I'm not cut up for it. Um, these beliefs, they operate beneath the surface, dictating your behavior and choices without you fully aware. So it's important, guys, to be aware of limiting beliefs. Everyone has these limiting beliefs, but they are not permanent. You can work on them. So number two, explore their power. These beliefs control your potential. If you if you believe something is impossible for you, you won't pursue it, even if you are fully capable of pursuing whatever you want to pursue. So they influence you, like how you speak, how you think, how you relate to others, and how you show up in the world. They shrink your reality. So, like you guys, I shared it before, how like everyone is trying to say shrink my thinking, like to say, no, so you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. But because I cannot recognize when people are trying to like when limiting beliefs, or when people are being used, like trying to put me down and trying to do this. And if I had allowed these limiting beliefs, guys, I don't think I would have even came to the UK myself. I don't think so. I would have actually listened to people and told myself that I'm not enough. People used to say, like, when others heard that I was traveling, they were like, she hasn't got a degree. People who have got degrees, they get sent back. She's not gonna enter and things like that. But I did, because I believed in myself. And I believed in the someone higher than me. I believed in God. With God, everything is possible. With God, I don't need a degree. I don't need anything. I just need to be me and believe. I need qualifications to apply for a job, not to do other things. But some people did not even believe that. Believe in myself, believe in me. So you might be surrounded by those people that make you believe that you are not good enough. So the question is, do you believe those negative words when those negative words are being spoken to you? Do you believe them? Because there are some people that they are not being able to follow their dreams because they believe that they are not good enough. So number three, recognize they are learned. You didn't come into this world thinking negatively about yourself. Every belief was taught, modeled, or absorbed from experience. Knowing this puts the power back in your hands. If it was learned, it can be unlearned. When you are a child, you believe that you can do anything. When I was a child, like nowadays, I see children, they are more, they have these, I don't know, I think it's social media. They have these awareness where they're like, I'm not good enough. You find like a 9-year-old or uh, a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old, they're very conscious about their look. They're very conscious about who they are. When I was growing up in my generation, I didn't have time for that nonsense. I started doing this kind of nonsense when I was like 18, thinking that I wasn't good enough. But that's nonsense to me. When someone believes that they are not good enough, if you believe that you're not good enough, who are you suggesting to be good enough? So when I was in that age of my young age, for me, it was success. Anything that comes in my way, I'll try it. I'll just try, I'll just, without fear, just being fearless, because I didn't know that fear existed until I got to my odd adult years where you speak to people, you have these friends, and they make you believe that you're not good enough, they're better than you. And you hang out with people that actually bruise you. They make you believe that you end up believing that you're not good enough, but you call them friends. So that's why it's important the people that are in your life, they play a big part of how your tomorrow is going to look like. So number four is the role of fear. Fear is often the root of limiting beliefs. Fear of being hurt, fear of rejection, fear of being judged of or failing. Many beliefs from the protection, they protect us from pain, but over time they become prison that keep us small and stuck. So when you believe that you're not enough, you believe that, you know what, I'm not going to go on dates, I'm not going to do these kind of things because I'm fearing rejection. Um, so sometimes it's kind of like if you go on date, obviously there's going to be people that are not going to be for you. There's going to be people that are going to be for you. So those that are not for you, they are not actually rejecting because you are not meant to cross path with them. You're not meant to date them. If we are meant to date everybody, then there wouldn't be a compatibility where this person is you're compatible with this person. So that's why we shouldn't fear. We should go out and with grace, with joy, and get to know people out there. Understand that some people are for us, but some people are not. And also being judged. We live in this world where people are very, very judgmental. So now is have the attitude of not caring about what people think. Because if we do care so much about the world, how the world thinks, do you think you will ever do anything? No. Everyone has their opinion. Everyone is entitled with their opinion. They are entitled to say what they think, but it does not mean that is the truth. So they can say those things, whatever they want to say. I come here every day, guys. People have their own opinion. When I talk about God, people don't like me talking about God. When I talk about demons, people don't like me talking about demons. They don't like me talking about Lucifer because they say Lucifer does not exist. So, but the truth is everyone has their own audience. If you go and follow Dr. Olukoya, that's what he teaches. So my language comes from my father, my spiritual father. That's how we speak, generational things. That's what he's all about. He has a PhD, but that's what he teaches, how things work. So for me, what I will say to you guys is don't fear of being judged. Go for the things that you want to do. It doesn't matter whether people judge you or they don't, because at the end of the day, we all have our assignment while we are on earth. So if I'm not going to fulfill God's assignment because I'm scared of people judging me, so why am I here on earth? So I might as well get on with it. I might as well fulfill that assignment and do what I've got to do to fulfill God's assignment, to serve the world and empower the world. There are so many people who are talented, but if they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing because they fear of being judged. Some would love to do Facebook Live. Some would love to be YouTubers, but they can't because of fear. They're like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. Begin with your phone, mark about, get confidence is built each and every single day when you are actually doing something. You don't just get confident fast before you do something. Even writing, even doing anything, you have to practice. I was a slow reader, guys. I did share that with you, I think, last week, but I started reading and out loud, and now I can read 20 chapters of um, my Bible within maybe 1 hour. I can read 20 chapters within an hour because I went to MFM in London, and one of the pastors like, I need someone who can read fast, evangelist. Um, and I realized I'm rubbish when it comes to reading, but I had to work on my speed. But now my speed is awesome. So in my own time, I did this step by step. It took me a few months. Every morning, I'll just read out loud and try to read faster. Sometimes it wouldn't work, sometimes it will work. But now it's just normal. I just read normally out loud. So it works. So don't fear anybody. Do what you gotta do. And if you don't do it right, that's where you learn. You just keep doing it over and over and over. Don't fear. And number 3 is eternal versus external. Eternal beliefs, they come from our own interpretation. I failed once, I am a failure. So that means I'm a failure. External belief are imposed by others. People like, you don't become successful. For me, I just believe that one day I'm going to reach my destination where I need to be. Remember the power of not believe when I share about my degree, how I got up every morning. I will email the university, and sometimes I will get the message like, we're not doing it, we're not doing anything. So if you want your qualifications, contact this person. They're not looking at my case or anything. I'll just get up in the morning, or sometimes I'll forget about it, and then for 2 weeks, and then I'll go back to it and just send an email. Have you remembered me? Until God reminded them that there's a child that is waiting for her degree. Could you please offer her degree? One day I just emailed them, and the woman was like, of course, your degree is your degree, and you can go online and book your graduation day. But what was different than the day where I was requesting my degree each and every single day, the Python was in my life. But the day that Python left, it was the day I received my degree. When I'm talking about all these things, guys, people don't understand. We have generational things that can affect our lives. And mostly, like myself, I'm fasting and praying and also being put under sacrifice. So those things can affect my life. But I had to understand that no matter what is going on, there's a breakthrough that is meant for me. So I had to believe in my breakthrough. I had to believe that I was created on this earth to become something. And that's something I had become. But Satan was denying me who I'm supposed to be. But if I had believed, what do you think would have happened if I had believed that limiting beliefs that was being projected to me? I wouldn't have went for my graduation. But that belief was being projected to me, but I had to divorce that belief. Say, I believe that I'm greater. I believe that I was created to be something on this earth. And I believed in myself and I believed in God. But there were battles that I had to fight first. But when I finished fighting those battles, my life had to move. And even right now, I need my life to move to the next level. And I believe that there are battles that I'm fighting. But do I believe that I'm not good enough? No. I say to myself, even though these battles are in my life, I'm aware of them. And I'm also aware that I need to climb the mountain. But when I do climb the mountain, I'll get the breakthrough that I have worked for. All these things, they both shape how we live. But the key is to recognize which ones are truly yours. For me, I had to recognize that these limiting beliefs of I'm not enough or I've not done well at uni, they are not my limiting beliefs. They are beliefs that are being projected to me. So I had to believe what I believe. And this belief I was taught by my father. My father was a teacher. He always taught me to believe in myself. When the whole world refuses to believe in you, Nomsa, always believe on who you are and believe on who God created you to be. He was very, very, very clear that although I have family members around me, although I have my parents around me, but he always said, my destiny is for me, that has been created by God, and I need to believe. And he always gave me that reassurance that his job as a parent is to support me. My mom, she's the same. My mom, she's a woman who believes in her children. She does not interfere, but she believes in what God is. She believes in that God has created us to be something greater. She believes that we are meant to be something. We are not born to become ordinary, but we are born to be extraordinary. That's what she believes. So in that moment, when the negative comes in to speak to me, because the negativity whispers, you are not enough. You can't do it. You know you're black. No one is going to listen to you. So all these things, they play a big part, how we respond. is how our tomorrow is going to look like. It shapes our tomorrow. So for me, I believe that with God, everything is possible. And I believe that as long I'm willing to do the work, as long I'm willing to believe in myself, nothing comes easy and nothing is for free. Nothing is for free. That's my belief, that nothing comes easy. Nothing is for free. There's nothing, guys. If someone says want to give you something, they say it's for free. What is in for them? Nothing. If I hate somebody, it's not for free. If someone hurts me, it's not for free. That's how things are. That's how life it is. Not nonsense made up life. That's how life it is. I used to think that life can be just what I want, but it can't. I already have my destiny that God is ordained for me. And that for me to find my destiny, to walk in my own lane, it requires me to fight these limiting beliefs that will be in my life. As a coach, we do get our own limiting beliefs. You as a non-coach, you do get your own limiting beliefs. But for me, I've learned one thing. I don't have to listen to that voice of limiting beliefs. I need to listen to the voice of pushing through. Even when life does not make sense, push through norms. Keep going. Get helpers, people to help you. If life does not make sense, get help. Get people that you can trust. People that believes in you. And God, pray to God, ask God to connect you with people that can help you. This is where I go and plug myself. You see, when you charge your phone, you plug your phone into the socket, right? And then you charge your phone. Your phone start charging, and then it start charging. It gets power. So then, if I feel I don't have power within myself, this is where I go charge myself into the socket of the Holy Ghost fire. Charge myself to gain energy. When I gain energy, I'm able to rise, and I'm able to ask God to connect me with my helpers, people who are meant to take me to the next level. And I say to God, show me anyone that is in my life, not for my own benefits, but they are there to harm me. God is a God of miracle. He can show you all these things. He can give you strength for you to rise. So it's like however you want to do a life. Beliefs versus facts. A belief feels real, but that doesn't make it true, guys. For example, I'm not creative. So how do you know if you are not creative? If you've never tried to be creative, might feel factual, but it's often just a judgment formed from a single experience or a comment. Facts can be proven, beliefs are interpretation. So it's important. If you've never done something, try to do it. If you know you want to do it, not to say, I'm not good at this. I always tell my children that they cannot say they are not good at something they've never tried it before. And it's not about being good. It's about working. You have to work hard to get to where you need to be. That's what I tell my children. Like I said on Friday, I tell my children, if there is no prime minister in your bloodline, why not become one? That's what I tell them. Why not become a prime minister? Work towards becoming that. Be the changer in the bloodline. be something different, bring change. And that change requires work. It requires you believing in yourself. It requires you knowing that you were created to be something greater than you think. With God, everything is possible. He can do the unthinkable. He can take your life from zero to hero. That's God. He can promote you, not because you qualify, just because of mercy. It can give you, God can give you undeserving miracle. Not because you deserve them. Do you think when I survived sacrifice, do you think I deserved it? No, I didn't. But God had mercy. He had mercy in my bloodline. He had mercy on my parents. He had mercy on me. And that's why he said no. It's mercy. Mercy can take our life to the next level. Not because of anything. So number 7 is the lies. That becomes a reality. Sometimes we can lie to ourselves. When you believe something long enough, your action aligns with your beliefs. It becomes a self-fulfillment prophecy. You stop trying. You stop settling. You shrink. But this is reality. But what only lie is a reality that is based on a lie, not truth. So it is important to speak the truth within your heart. Tell your heart, tell yourself that you are good enough. You are good enough. Number 8 is parental influence. Origin in childhood, parental influence can observe the message they receive from caregiver. A parent who says, why can't you do anything right? And that parent destroys the children. Plants seeds on self-doubt, even silence or emotional absence can send messages of unworthiness. Guys, when my children when I'm speaking to my children, I've got to think. Whatever comes out of my mouth, I've got to think before I say it. But there are things like if we are doing schoolwork with my children, if they say, Mommy, the homework, like if we're doing like something like writing, I would just say, okay, the writing needs some improvement. We need to do some improvement. So we do together and stuff for some improvement and things like that. But I will never, ever, ever tell my children that they are not good enough. Because what I say to them is the critical component of how their tomorrow is going to look like. I tell them to work, try. There is nothing to say I can't. Even when it doesn't make sense, you try. You try even when you are given those exams. You sit down. You try and you pray to God and say, God, help me. You don't give up. There is no room for giving up. When life does not make sense, when the whole world, when family turn against you, you walk. You get up, you pick yourself up. Because at the end of the day, it's between you and God. Family, they have their own lives they're leading. So when someone is leading their own life and then they come and crush yours, what you do is you get up. When life makes no sense, you get up and make it sense. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's not easy. Our lives we get tested in so many ways. When Satan comes in with the battles, he'll hit you with the battles with the children. While you're sorting out these battles with the children, he hits you with something else, maybe health. When you are busy sorting out the health, he hits you with something else. And then when you are busy sorting out that something else, he hits you with something else. When you are busy sorting out with that something else, he brings something else. So might as well, guys, instead of giving up, because otherwise it means if you give up, it means you keep giving up. You might as well have no life. So you might as well get on with it. That's my conclusion. That if life is meant to bring problems, and those problems are meant to help me to grow, to be something that I have never thought I could be, by sorting out those problems, you become something you've never thought you could. Just by pushing, because the problems, they push you. They push you to your limit where you'll be like, it's how your mind thinks as well. Your mind, if your mind thinks of giving up, then you end up giving up. But if your mind says, bring it on, for me, it's like bring it on. I get a time where sometimes when my life is problems, this side problem, the other end, I just like, okay, it is time for me to take a break on life where I just sit down the whole day and doing nothing, not thinking and doing nothing and saying to God, I'm in my quiet place. And when I finish my quiet place, I get creative. So that's what life is, guys. Life is, we cannot be problems free. Sometimes, number 9, unmet needs. When emotional needs like love, attention, or validation ain't met in your childhood, we often conclude that we are not enough to be loved, or that love must be aimed through performance. For me, guys, like I always explain that I was loved enough by my parents. My parents divorced, but my dad gave me a one-on-one love. My mom gave me a one-on-one love. My grandparents gave me a one-on-one love. They loved me enough. People think love is about going, buying expensive clothes and looking the best more than anybody else. But for me, it was my family spending time with me, communicating with me, asking questions, and they answer those questions. We eat together. We sit down. We eat. They never ever looked me down. If I ask questions, they know that the questions is valid. They'll talk to me. We'll laugh together. So that's why I always say to people, I don't have time for nonsense. Because I was raised to believe that gossip, when a human being gossip, my auntie used to say, where there is people who gossip in the family, that family cannot sustain. They cannot be unity. When there is someone who is a gossiper, that person is a snake. So every time when someone brings the gossip, I'm like, am I a snake? I don't want to be a snake. My grandmother taught me the same. She used to say, whatever your ears hear, leave it there. Don't repeat it to no one. When you hear someone comes in, they tell you their story, it means it's their story. You can't go and tell somebody else. And it means when you are living with people, you don't fight no one. Fighting is not love. Even today, guys, I grew up with my 2 sisters, my older sisters. I don't fight my sisters. If my sister says something, if I believe that she's wrong, I walk away. I cannot talk back because I don't have the authority. I feel I don't have the authority to disrespect my older sister. She knows. She knows that Nomsa will not talk back on me. She does the same. She does the same with me. We don't argue. Not because we don't want to, because she thinks she should be a snake. She thinks if she does something to me, she's a snake. And I'm thinking the same because we were raised, we were taught that limiting beliefs, when you treat someone bad, that means within me there's something that I have to work on myself. So I have this belief that because my sister, she's older than me, if we disagree, I walk away, I come back when everybody has come down. And that's the belief that I have in my heart. So it's important to actually understand that limiting beliefs sometimes can actually destroy your life. The gossip, if you are someone who like to gossip, if you are someone like these people who were calling my children's family and talking about me, they are watching my video and they are calling my children's family, that's tearing the family apart. In where I come from, you don't do that. Where I come from, you don't do that. I can tell you guys, I will never, ever, ever disrespect anyone. I just walk away. Even my sister that is older, my younger ones, they do talk back because they were raised by their mom. Their mom never taught them what my grandmother taught us. So for me, we were the oldest. I was raised by my grandmother and my dad and both my mom. So I don't talk back. I don't talk back to my sibling, to my older sister. You will never ever find me trashing my sister. I don't have that authority. You will never, I protect my family. You will never ever find me trashing my younger sisters. I protect my own blood. You will never, ever, ever find me crushing my in-laws. I protect those that are around me. I protect them. These are the beliefs that I have. How I treat people is how my tomorrow is going to look like. So I protect those that I love. I protect my friends. I protect people around me. I don't have time for nonsense. When you are somebody who likes to gossip, you cannot build anything. The billionaires, they didn't build becoming billionaires through gossip. They built because every person that crossed path with them, they knew that there was an opportunity for them to learn from that person. So they ask questions, they write down, they have pain, they write down, they will ask questions, they learn from people. That's why people are for, not for us to backstab them, not for us to make them, to hurt them. People are for us to learn. A millionaire becomes a millionaire because they understand the power of the mindset. A billionaire becomes a billionaire because they understand the power of the mindset, the power of people around you, the power of honoring people around them. To them, everyone adds value. There are people that they don't add value. They know those kind of people. But to them, when you cross path with them, they ask questions. They don't become billionaires because they're smart. Every person who works for them, they value them. They bring value to them. They add value to them. So they treat them well. So what are your limiting beliefs, guys, that are holding you, that you're not able to move forward or unmet needs? Love comes from us. Our parents, if they didn't give us that love that we desire, unmet hope, it means they were learning themselves. It does not mean they didn't know what they were doing. It means they were learning. And there is no such thing as a perfect parent. Even myself, as much as I share how much I received love from my parents, maybe there's some things that I feel that they would have done better. But because now my mindset is more like I can see life in a different view of life. I don't I don't I don't think they would have done better than what they have done. I'm so, so grateful for my parents. I'm so, so grateful for every person that crossed path in my life. I don't think they would have done better. I'm so, so grateful. But before, if you had asked me, I would think maybe they would have done better. They would have done this. They would have done this. But I don't think they would have done better than they have. So I'm so grateful for that. So I don't know, you guys, what limiting beliefs, like overprotective of critical parenting. Like for me, I'm not overprotecting my children, but I am very, very cautious of who looks after my child. When emotional, like overprotecting can lead to beliefs like I can't do things on my own, or criticism, harsh criticism can form beliefs such as I'm never good enough. Even well-meaning parents can unintentionally shape these beliefs to their children, or they can just shape this belief to themselves. For me, I get help, but at the same time, I'm very, very, very protective of who is there for my children. I don't want like people who are negative, like to look after my children. Very, very protective. Those who looks after my children know that you're special in my life. Because I wouldn't do, like right now, I got reported to social services. So I'm in a point where I'm choosing just 2 or 3 people to live with my daughter. I'm not going to just leave my daughter with anyone. My older one, she's 18, but my youngest one now, whoever get to look after my daughter, they need to know that Nomsa trusts you with all their heart, even in spirit. They need to know that, because I'm not just going to leave my daughter with anyone, no matter how close you are with me. And also I made a decision that I'm going to eliminate people in my life. There are some people that I'm going to have to leave behind. And because sometimes you have to, like, I look at myself, I love God. I am where I am today because of where God has pulled me through. But there are some people who don't believe in God. So when they see my video, to them, it's Nomsa, she talks mambo jumbo. She talks rubbish. But to me, the message is special to me because this God is the one that helped me to be here on earth. But some people, they've never experienced that power of God. They've never experienced it. So I don't expect my life to be for them to believe what I believe. So meaning that I'm going to have to leave those people behind. So those guys who are watching my video, make sure you watch my video because you watch it to learn something from it. Don't watch my video to call somebody to destroy my life. Don't watch it. These are part of limiting beliefs that destroys people. When you do something with the intention to harm somebody, to say, I'm going to watch her and take notes or what she's talking about. I talk about God. I talk about Satan. And I talk about how demons work, how demons can limit your beliefs, but the demons are not my part of my plan. The part of my thing to actually walk is to talk about God. There are false prophecies who are everywhere. Illuminati, they are on Facebook. They are everywhere, controlling people. They form a cycle and then they chant. When they chant the mindset of controlling somebody to do what they want. So this person, because NOMSA had no interest there, I got approached by too many people, guys, wanting me to join occult. And when I join occult, what do you think my life for the future of my children is going to look like? If I want a quick success, if I join occult, I can have 1 million followers, 10 million, 100 million followers if I wanted to. I can be a billionaire within a few months or within a year. But how is that going to impact my children's future if I get occult? Because occult, it means nothing is for free. Whatever they give you, you have to pay the price through blood. I have to sacrifice someone. So why would I put myself in that through that? If I had gone through sacrifice myself, why would I put myself through a cult instead of me, okay, doing things? It can be very slow, but I'm okay with that. So they're now decided to do plan B, to go and control those that I love. And even those that I love, they're like, there is no such thing as control. There is no such thing as Satan, but actually there is controlling them. I'm a good mom, guys. It can't get better than this, what I do for my children. But limiting beliefs that people have is that makes them think that Nomsash is not a good mom. I am a good mom. I am a good mom to my children. I provide for my children. And also these kids that they are reporting, if they knew my children challenges me. They challenge me because I taught them to challenge me. When we talk about challenging, we talk about limiting beliefs. I say to them, don't talk back when you're talking to me, but challenge me. Let me know why you think I shouldn't be speaking to you like that. Let me know why you think this should not be done like this. This is how I teach my children. If somebody knew that when my children opens their mouth, they speak like an adult, they reason with you, they wouldn't be doing what they did. But people do it because we have limiting beliefs that things we don't understand. So it's important, guys, to get rid of trauma, experiences of abuse, neglect, bullying, abandonment, often embed shame-based beliefs. When you say, I'm broken, I'm not safe, or I don't matter, shame is powerful. It tells you there is something wrong with you, who you are. Even these people that reported me, it shows that there is something wrong with them, because to me, I couldn't understand it. Why would someone, my daughter had gone on holiday. The whole half term she was away with her uncle and her father. She was having fun. And me, I was working, guys. I was left to work. It should be me saying to social services, these children are demanding. But that's okay. So it means these people have their own issues that they have, such as trauma. I had to deal with my trauma, guys. I had to deal with it. I had to deal with my trauma. I'd had to deal with when I was growing up, when I share with you guys that the angel of God had to come to demolish the house, help me to demolish the house for me to get out. This person had caused so much pain in my life without my parents knowing. No sexual abuse, but abusive, like very, very abusive. But it was that day when I had said to myself, enough is enough. I'm no longer going to tolerate any abuse. I'm no longer going to live by the rules that don't make sense to me anymore. I wanted to be me. I wanted to be with my parents. And that person said, no, you can't. It was then I said, God, the Bible says, when I read the Bible says, the Bible says, God, you will contend with those who contend with me. You will contend with my enemies. You will contend with those who fight against me. And it was then in my heart, guys, remember I'm a child. I'm 16, I was 16 or 15, I can't remember. I'm a child. There is no uncleanness in me. I wasn't thinking bad about anybody, but in my heart, what I desire is I wanted God to show himself as he says in the Bible. I said, God, when I read the Bible, it says you will contend with my enemies. It says you will fight against those who fight against me. And I was fasting. I had learned to fast. Sometimes that person, they'll bully me. I will just go fast and read the Bible. That's why I say the Bible is a weapon. I just read the Psalms. I'll sing Psalms every single day until I got my strength. And I said, God, contend. The Bible says you will contend with those who contend with me. It says you will fight against those who are fighting against me. It says you will fight against those who are fighting against my children. It says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. But I need you, God. Show me that you exist. It was in my heart. I wasn't speaking. I was saying it in my heart. But God, I need you right now. And he did. He showed up. The way 1 second I'm sitting down, the next thing I was rising, 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 rising. And the next thing I was demolishing the roof. And I was standing, demolishing the roof. And the next thing, I'd been thrown out rising in the roof, and I was out in the farm, in my father's farm. And the angel of God said, go, don't look back, go. And I left. It's because I believed that there was something greater than I. I believe that this person that had put orders, but there was something greater than this person that he has put orders that he know you will not go where you needed to go. You will not go to your mom, but I needed to go. I needed to go, and I wanted my dad. That moment, I did not want anything else. I wanted my father, and I wanted my mother, and I wanted God. And guess what? God showed up because I was clean. My heart was clean. I didn't want God to destroy anybody. I just said, God, in the Bible, I've read the Bible. All the time it says it says contend, you will contend with those who contend with me. You will fight against those who fight against me. It says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. It said, God says, he is the King of glory. He can open any gate. He can open anything. He can do anything. In that moment, I said, God, What is written in the Bible? Why am I going through? I didn't ask why. And I said, I just need to go. Just need to go and see my mom. But the angel of God, he was within me. In that moment, I had given up. The door was locked. But God wanted to show me that he is something greater. He could have just opened the door. Or he could have just opened the window. But he wanted to show me that he is something greater. He wanted to show me that nothing can destroy me if I allow it. If God has said no, nothing can destroy me. Because at that moment, I believed that God can do whatever he say he will do. So what I'm sharing this with you, what do you believe that is blocking your life? I don't believe in crap. I don't believe in nonsense. I didn't believe. The reason why I survived human blood sacrifice is because I had to believe that God is real. I had to believe that God can do what he say he can do. When Lucifer was in front of me, telling me that he wants to take my life, and God said no, and I said, you can't. I looked at myself and I realized that if God is for me, nothing can destroy unless if I allow it to happen. Nothing. And that's who God is. That's what God can do. If you have an innocent heart, and if you want to be a billionaire, you want to be a millionaire, nothing can stop you unless you stop you, unless you allow your friends to stop you, unless you allow family members to stop you. For me, I was going through that when in those moments. When I'm sharing with you guys, I was a child. When you are 16, when you are 18, I was a child, an innocent child. My mind was innocent. I didn't have time to harm anybody or anything. All I said, God, I reminded God, what does he say in the Bible? That's what I did. I reminded him. And the next thing, this person had locked the door for me, held me hostage. And the next thing, I find myself, I was rising. And when I was rising, I found myself, I'm demolishing the roof. I was like, can't you just do something? But now, at the time, guys, I was so grateful. I got confused. I was so grateful. But now that I'm older, I'm thinking, why did God have to do a sin? Why didn't he just open the door? Because he can just click the door, I open the door, I just go. But he had to make a statement. He had to demolish something to make a statement to my family that although this child is yours, but this is my soul, my child. And he had to make a statement. And at that moment, there is nothing else I needed than my parents. I wanted my dad. I wanted my mom. But I was being denied that freedom. And that's why God showed up. Because he could feel my spirit, that my spirit, I needed him. He could feel that Nomsa was distressed. And he could feel that I needed help because there was this belief in me that there was something higher than me, and I needed that something higher to help me. And he did show up. When he did show up, he got me out of the house. When he got me out of the house, angel of God said, go, don't look back. And by the time, I never look back, by the time I look back, I just fell off. where I was going, where I arrived, when I arrived, where I was going. And that's when I realized he said, never look back. And I'm here. How did I get here? I didn't know how I got there. All I can tell you is I needed a car to get there. But the next thing I thought I was running. But God knows. That's why these people are chasing, because they want my spirit. They have tried everything to provoke my anger. But the day when my anger was provoked, I'm going to tell you the truth. It was the day when I watched my father-in-law laying in hospital, neglected by the care home. When the care home said to my father-in-law, we can no longer accept you in our home. And I've watched him laying there. That anger, the anger of God, it was within me. That was the only day that my anger came back. I had to control myself. But it was that moment that I understood that there must be something wrong that they have done. It didn't make sense. But through prayer, that secret was revealed by my friend who works in that care home. She brought that secret to me. I'm not going to tell you what the secret is. But even today, so I'm sharing this with you guys because there are some people who tell people that they are not good enough. They can't do this. You can. You can be who you want to be. You only have to believe in yourself. These people they want to sacrifice me. What do you think they want to sacrifice? They want to sacrifice the belief that I am enough. They want to take away the belief that I believe in God. And I believe, and my beliefs come to reality. That's what they want to take. And they don't know that they can be who they want to be. They don't know that. You don't have to kill somebody to become who you want to become. You don't. And mostly, you don't need 100 million people following you because that's greedy. You don't need all that. You need enough followers, not 100. That's greedy. Reward, punishment, or system. When love is tied to performance, you are only good if you win. That's performance, guys. Neglect or abandonment. Neglect or physical, emotional, or child who is ignored or abandoned growing up or believing I am unloved. People always leave or I don't deserve it. There are some people who grow up in care. They don't believe in themselves because their parents neglected them. For me, the story, I'll say, if you are still breathing, don't worry about what happened in the past. If you're still breathing, it means you can rewrite your story. And those parents that neglected those who were neglected, it means they themselves, they needed help. They needed help. Nobody can just neglect a child. They needed help. So we can blame because it's easy. Blaming is an easy way out. We can blame. Or you can rewrite your story. There are people who grow up in care. They're celebrities because they chose to rewrite their story how they wanted to write it. So you can rewrite your story how you want to write it. If you have been abused, if you have been in an abusive relationship, if you've been rejected, rewrite your story. That person that rejects you guys, they reject you because they need to work on themselves, not because they are evil or because they are whatever. It's because in this world, we live in this world where it's all about me, 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 me. I learned the hard one that instead of me being me, 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 I got to focus on me, focus on my children, focus on my life, focus on people around me, and understand that when rejection is presented to you, maybe someone in my bloodline, there is someone who was rejected, and that rejection is a cycle, so I need to break it. So every time when I pray, I always break the spirit of rejection. I always break the spirit of I'm not enough. I break everything, neglect. I I I I I break everything. So it's important to understand that when you are here on earth, you have an assignment, identity message, repeated praises like you are lazy, you are too emotional, or you are not smart like your brother, shape or a child's sense of identity. I don't compare my children. My children have tried, guys, they have tried to say, my mommy loves me more than me. You hear Hope saying to her sister, my mother loves me more than me. And this one, the younger one, is saying, my mother loves me more than me. You, I don't do that. In my heart, I don't do that. I know that my father does not have a favorite child. He treated us as individual. My mother does not have a favorite child. She loves all her children. She does not have a favorite child. I wish I can say, guys, she has her favorite child. She hasn't. We are all individual children. She'll tell you that one. Me, I know behind my back. She calls me my father, that I have my father's character. I know she says that. So she will tell you that one, she will tell you our characters. But I don't think, for me personally, in my spirit, I don't think my parents have a favorite child. They've never made me feel that way. They've made me feel that my love was unique. As a child, I was raised to feel that my love for them is unique. For me, I'm not perfect, but it's okay for me. And that's why I will never ever disrespect my siblings. And that's why you always hear me, guys, saying, don't enter my family. I say to these two occultic people, do not enter my family or false prophecies or false sangomas. Enter my family and try to tear my family apart. You can't do that because that's not how I was raised. I was raised by love. And love, it means I don't want to see my family being tortured. So that's me. That's why I always declare to people that whatever people do, know that Nomsa will never take any nonsense. I don't have a favorite one in my family. I don't. You enter my blood, you entering me. So I have a problem with that. You enter my children's blood, you're entering my children. So I have a problem with that. You see how my mindset think. Some people think I think different, but for me, I'll never hurt the father of my children. Why? Because if I hate them, I'm hurting my children. So if occultic somebody enters my children's bloodline, they need to know they're making me uncomfortable. And then I have to ask God to do something, not me. I have to ask God to do something about it. Because that's my children's blood, is the future. So this is how I think. Media conditioning. Some people are conditioned by social media, cultural beliefs. I don't have any culture that I believe in, guys. The reason why I'm going to explain to you this is when I was going through human blood sacrifice, what Lucifer was using was my culture. And I said to God, if he's torturing me based on my culture, does the culture truly exist? And God said, most of the things are made up for us to worship idols. So I had to ask for forgiveness. So which is now leaves me with the culture. I ask my mom. Anything that needs to be done, it goes to my mom to do it because she believes in the culture. Me, I don't. And Dr. Olukoya teaches me to do that. He says, like less, for instance, he says if someone you getting married, and then now they have to pay dowry, and then they says 24 cows or 20 cows. He says, where did that person get that number? Where did they get it? The number that they're saying it to you, where did they get it? So some things, for me personally, I just believe in God. And when I believe in God, I just walk in truth. But sometimes because of limiting beliefs, people have different mindset. The things that the people create. So it's important not to believe the things that you don't understand. Don't speak up. Stay small. Your dreams are realistic. This shape how free limiting you feel to express yourself. And that's why NOMSA comes in. It helps you to find your own voice. Schooling system, it destroys us. Traditional education often rewards compliment, memorization, perfection, punishing creativity, mistakes, and emotions. This can lead to beliefs like I'm not smart. I have to be perfect to succeed. My choice doesn't matter. And religion misinterpretation. Some people, religious people make things up. Guys, sometimes in religion, people make things up. Honestly, God is not a complicated God. God wrote his 10 commandments. That's why I'm saying this thing is a weapon. If you follow this thing, the Bible, you can't go wrong. Religious people, they make things up. So if you want to be guided to love, you got to speak like Jesus. You got to behave like Jesus. You got to behave this. You got to do that. You got to do that. The behavior is in the Bible. What God expects of you, and that is non-negotiable. Whether you are a believer or not a non-believer, gender roles, gender based on expectations. Boys are taught not to cry. If men is allowed to cry, girls are taught to be quiet. These roles create limiting beliefs, racial and social stereotypes, economics background. So all these things, reinforcing and confirmation bias, you find what you believe. Number 23, you find what you believe. The brains look like for evidence to support what is already believed. If you believe you are unworthy, you'll focus on every rejection and ignore every compliment. It becomes a loop of reinforcement. If you believe the fear of disproving the belief, you become that. You can challenging a limiting beliefs is very scary. It feels scary, but it's fun. It threatens your sense of identity. Many people fear success more than failure because it disrupts what they've always believed about themselves. Sabotaging opportunity. People sabotage themselves, staying in a familiar plan. I stay in a familiar plan. Sometimes I have to correct myself, guys, using beliefs to belong. You don't have to use the beliefs to belong. Many people cling on their limiting beliefs because they are familiar. Even suffering feels suffer. They are known better to the devil, you know. Using beliefs to belong, the identity trap. Over time, it becomes those beliefs, they become our identity. Our number 29, awareness is the first key. You cannot change what you don't recognize. Becoming aware of your limiting beliefs is the first and most important step to breaking them. Why, guys, I refuse to do some things that people do. When I was being tortured by Lucifer, I realized that actually Lucifer make you destroy you. If he helps you destroy you, there are too many people. I observed how he works, Satan, how he works. He's a copycat of Jesus. But for him, he helps you destroying your life. He helps you sabotaging you. That's what he does. I'm not enough is whisper. I can't do this. If you are in a good relationship, he helps you to sabotage that relationship because your needs, when your needs were not met when you were child, anything that comes to you, you still want more, you still want more. But because not having that awareness, so he can enter your soul and control your soul. So for me, that's why I'm refusing to enter into any nonsense. I'm completely refusing. I put my hands up, I say, I'm not getting involved. Because that's what he does. He makes people think they are not good enough. He makes people think sometimes the wrestling match, normally the referee is in there. He's a referee that he will create problems. Families, they start fighting. But instead of him being in the referee, he stands outside. He will cross his legs like this, and observe. It's a blockage of life. He's blocking something. When family is rising like that with fight, it means he has a plan. He's blocking something that is greater that God has prepared for you. He's blocking it. My sister, you said this. My brother, you said this. Oh, you said this. No, you did that. Don't speak to me like that. He is crossing legs. He's blocking something that is meant to come to these people, the family, they are fighting. It's easy for Satan to destroy a human being. Very, very easy. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. He crosses his legs. If you can see my legs are crossed. And he will do, if you go to my church, they don't allow you to cross legs. They will say you put your seat properly. Because when you cross legs is what Satan does. He crosses legs. He creates problems. He goes to that one, put the evil thoughts. He goes to that one, he put the evil thoughts. He goes to that one, he put the evil thoughts. And now, these mobile phones, now he wants you to use it. Now we talk fighting. What does she think Nomsa she is? What does this one think she is? She did this. Did that. The family now, they are fighting. The referee is meant to be there, but there's no referee because he started the fight. People don't know. He started the fight now. He's sitting outside the ring. And the families now are fighting. And when they fight, do you know what's next? is turning them, is tearing the family apart, upside down. They all go separate ways. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to that one. I don't want to talk to that one. Do you know what they've just created? Different things, jealousy, argument, the blockage, maybe it's blocked finances. He has blocked, maybe intelligent. He can block the intelligence of a person, block that. People become dumb and they think that they can't do anything. He blocks something, whatever he's blocking, until he finishes whatever he's blocking. When he finishes, he goes. And when he goes, he leaves you now to do the work. This is when now you have to take the Bible. Because when he goes, Satan is in the second heaven. Now he goes to the throne of grace. He says that family cannot succeed. He says to God that family cannot succeed. God has to listen, guys. God's job is to listen to Satan. God will listen to Satan. Whatever Satan is, he records, God will listen to it. Now God has to wait for a family member to come and speak for everybody and challenge Satan. He's created work, he's left people with mercy, and he's gone. He's gone and block, and he goes to the second, to the third, he goes to this throne of grace in the third heaven. He can even block your heaven, that everything you do, it does not come to pass. You then have to confess to God and say to God, because the Bible says you cannot get angry to your siblings. The judgment is death. Getting angry to your parents, not honoring your parents, the judgment is death. Everything that I'm saying, guys, I've done it myself. I had to undo everything, and I had to realize how he does it. Fighting. You did this. You did this. Why would you do that? Just walk away. Go quiet. When the problem rises, you walk away. But you still have to ask God for mercy, but you walk away. And when you walk away, you speak to God. But that's how he works. That's how he blocks people's mind. That's how he controls minds. But people don't know, because they say he doesn't exist. He's a referee, is a wrestling match. He causes a wrestling match. And when he causes a wrestling match, he goes and crosses his legs, watch. His job is to watch. Even Illuminati, all these celebrities that tell you that they have joined, they get given a spirit. Some get given snakes to look after. Some get given different things. And those things, they control people's life. They will come to their fans. They will create, if you play their music, it means you are part of the cycle. They will come and create problems. And they sit back and go and report to Lucifer in the second heaven. They'll go and report. He records everything. And then that's when you have to come and ask for mercy. And then he's left you to say, God, I'm sorry. Every spirit of divination, God, every spirit of manipulation, I renounce you in the name of Jesus. Is left. God bless you guys. I think I'm going to have to stop today. I think you guys have learned so much. So that's why you guys understand why NOMSA does not fight anybody. Why NOMSA does not get involved in the nonsense. Because I had to observe the nonsense. Sometimes he will come and control, like you controlling my children. Satan is Satan. He can do whatever he is. For me to scream at my children, to say horrible things to my children, and I'll pause. And I'll be like, my children don't scream at me. If I don't believe that they don't scream at me, it stops. But if I say, who do you think you are speaking to me like that, young lady? The fight goes on until we say each other, my children get distressed, I get distressed. That's why he does. I watch him doing things to people. So that's why I don't do nonsense. He's full of nonsense. Those are not limiting beliefs, guys. When you choose not to get into nonsense. For me, I completely refuse it because I've seen what he does. I used to do that with my mom. As much as I say we don't argue, I started arguing with my mom. And then one day I asked my mom, why are we arguing? And then I explained to her, I said, something is not right. So I started praying. So when I realized actually he was doing it. And my mom will tell you that Nomsa had to realize something is not right. And I did. So God bless you guys. And if you are watching from any part of Facebook, social media, please do subscribe to our channel. And if you are on YouTube, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. My daughter, she's putting Gossip Talk Show to shame. She's trashing. She's decided to be a YouTuber and she's trashing us. Oh, honestly, guys. So I will tell you about her thing one day. So if you are Instagram, please do follow Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. And if you are on Twitter, please do follow that as well. God bless you, everyone, and live with grace.